Hey loves, it's your girl ShaynaMonét, but you can call me Shay, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title, I bought a house at 25 years old, and if you want to know more, keep on watching this video. So I have my phone here because I just have bullet points of everything that I did in my home buying process. Now this did take me from start to finish about 5 months. So if that's one of your questions, like how long did it take? It took 5 months from start to finish. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you all my experience. If you want to know more, make sure you comment down below any questions that you have, and I will answer them all in another video. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button and thumbs up this video if you found this helpful. Okay, so back in April, I contacted my girl, Tiaja Cooper. I will leave all her information down below. Y'all have seen her over here on my channel before. I did interview her last year. That video was still up, and I'll leave it down in the description box. Yes, that's who I contacted first. I contacted Tiaja and was like, Tiaja, I'm ready. I'm ready to buy a house. What are the steps? And what's next? Like, what do I need to do? Because I knew nothing about home buying. And the thing about me is I try to connect myself with people who know a lot. That way they can tell me something or point me into the right direction. And that's exactly what Tiaja did. She pointed me in all the right directions. She was like, hey, first we need to set you up with a lender. The lenders, of course, help you with your pre-approval. They'll see how much you can afford, how much you're looking for, what are you looking for, whether you're looking for a single family home, a condo, or whatever the case may be. So talking to them, they kind of help with the financial side of everything. But that's how you start with a lender and then a realtor. So Tiaja actually contacted me with Jose. Jose is in the Dallas, Texas area. And he helped me with my pre-approval. And everything went well. I got pre-approved. That took maybe 2 days, if even that. I sent him all my information. Like, when I was ready, I was ready. I contacted Tiaja for the first time in April, but I feel like June, either the end of June or July, we started going with everything. I was like, okay, I'm ready this time. I said, okay, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and reach out to a lender. And she knew a lender that she has worked with in the past, and that's how I got connected with Jose. So we did all the pre-approval. I was pre-approved for everything. And then Tiaja is actually in the Central Texas area, so she's in like Austin, Fort Hood, Texas. If you're in Fort Hood, Texas, definitely hit her up, and the Austin area. And even if you're in any state or any part of Texas, I would say reach out to her, because she has a lot of connections and you never know who she knows. So then, because Tiaja is in the Central Texas area, she contacted me with James, my realtor. And the reason she contacted me with him, because she wanted somebody that was closer. She wanted me to be connected with someone who was in the Dallas area and who could constantly, you know, look at houses and know the surrounding area better. So she connected me with James. And James was amazing. James made my house hunting so easy. I say find great realtors, because a realtor should take off all of the footwork and heavy work for you. Like, you shouldn't be stressed. Like, you're already stressed out enough with life and other things that may come up. So as far as looking for a home, you should not be stressed out. You should be able to go to your realtor and say, hey, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for this time frame, and they should be able to execute. Like, they should be able to do whatever they can in order to help you out and for you not to be stressed. And I would definitely say James and Tiaja together definitely helped me out, because Tiaja was still there every step of the way of this home buying process. When I was contacted with James, I told him the areas that I wanted to move to. I was like, this is my list, this is the areas. I prefer to be in areas that are this and not that. I'm not being too specific because I don't want anyone to know, of course, where I live. But I did have a list of where I wanted to be, where I didn't want to be, and I gave that to James, and that's when he started to look. Okay, so now I gotta tell y'all about the area that I'm living in now. So long story short, I kind of manifested this area that I was living in. I manifested me moving here. So I would say last year, I said, oh, I'm gonna be moving to, for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna say Grand Prairie. So this time last year, I kept saying, I'm gonna move to Grand Prairie. I'm gonna move to Grand Prairie. That's just, it's just it. And I didn't know nothing about Grand Prairie. I didn't know anything about Grand Prairie. I didn't know I didn't even look at houses in Grand Prairie, but I just kept saying, I'm going to look at houses. I'm going to buy a house in Grand Prairie. So when I gave James my list, I actually did not give him Grand Prairie. I did not put Grand Prairie on this list. One day, I messaged him and said, hey, I am open to moving into different areas. Here are some areas, and if you have any ideas, let me know. So he responded, what about Grand Prairie? I have some houses out there that you might really like and that might fit you. When he said this, I was just like, that was on my original list, and all I could say, I thought was, it was God. That's all I could say. I was like, this must be God. This must be where I'm buying my house at. So of course we went and checked it out, and literally we checked this house out probably maybe the next week after he had told me about it. And the house that I originally wanted, I was pretty much on a waiting list for it because they had other people looking at it. So I didn't get that house, but I was able to get another build and go under contract. So basically, like a couple days later, they were saying, hey, you're not gonna be able to get to that exact house, but in that neighborhood, we do have other houses being built and we can get you under contract. Like, if you really want this, we could go ahead and get you under contract today. So that's what we did. We got me under contract, and literally after you're under contract, it's easy. Everything in this story, from the time I got pre-approved up until now, was probably all in a matter of maybe 2 weeks, I would say. If I'm saying that correctly, I think it was a matter of 2. So after we're under contract, that's really it as far as home buying. After you're under contract, I mean, it's pretty much yours until closing day. Well, it's not yours, but it's kind of locked in until closing day, unless something happens, like as far as you change your job. But they do say don't change your job, don't do certain things, don't go part-time, because that's something that I definitely wanted to do, but that's a story for another day. So if you have any questions about things that to do and not do when you're under contract, comment them down below and I'll answer them. But yeah, it was really the waiting game. So from we went under contract in August. Yeah, I think it was August. If not, it was in that July time frame that I had said earlier. But I think it was either the end of July or sometime in August. I was able to see my house being built. So I think I went out there in 2 weeks and the house had already started having pavement. And then I went out there maybe like 2 more weeks after that, and they started the structure of my home. And then like I saw the process over the 4 or 5 months. Like, it was an amazing experience because I got to see my house being built, and it was so amazing, and I was so happy the whole time. And it was still like, it still didn't feel real to me until closing day. That's when it was just like, oh, I'm about to move. Like, this is legit it, and we're here. This is time to move into your new home. So for me, my experience actually went pretty fast. I didn't have to look at a lot of houses. If you have a great realtor and lender, a lot of you all know that I was in the Army, so I was able to use my VA loan. If you have any questions about that, comment down below. Everything for me went pretty smooth. This is why it's so important to find a great realtor, because a great realtor will have you doing things fast. A great realtor, I was not stressed out. I didn't start stressing about moving until the end, and that was more so because one, I was ready to leave the job that I was at, and then 2 was because I was just anxious to move, and I was just like, okay, it's time to go. I'm ready to start this new fresh start. So December 28th to be exact was my closing day, and that was my experience. That was my experience of buying a brand new home, buying and building a brand new home at 25 years old. I actually started the process at 24, and then now I'm 25 and I'm in my new home. If you want to know more about the home buying experience, about my home buying experience, definitely comment down below and I can do a whole nother separate video on answering questions. If you would like to know more about my home and see a little bit in the inside, watch me decorate. I just painted. Make sure you check out the playlist in the description box. And I've been vlogging my experience as far as decorating, so if you would like to see any more of that, you can check out that playlist down below. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.